what they're going to continue to do is keep the enforcers out of their game, and that means don't let enforcer personnel get their hands on them.
Now, talking about letting the enforcers get their hands on them, in that second period, Bill Daly and Brian Gallagher worked a play that worked to absolute perfection with just those thoughts in mind. If you would, buddy, in fact, take us through it.
It is exactly what we're talking about. You'll notice the setup. Gallagher's running in real nice. Daly's sitting on the outside, and he's not trying to break through these guys, but watch what happens here. He's got a nice, perfect lift starting right here, and it's so nifty because look at the balance he's got. Look at the height he's got. It's over 4.5 feet. He's down here. He's making a move down towards Mark. And now he sees he's going to get nailed, so to keep him getting nailed, what does he do? Does a quick squat over to the side, slide through, and Mark just barely touches him. He's down.
All right, now, buddy, on the other side of the coin, it's very apparent, I think we can say the New York enforcers have taken Texas a little too lightly. We're not seeing their normal primetime physical game. What does Mark D'Amato need to do to get his troops back into their game?
D'Amato has to get the control of that front of the pack now, and he's got to get his hands on some of these Texas people.
There is no question both the Texas Rustlers and the New York Enforcers have their work cut out for them. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Well, at halftime, Buddy Atkinson Jr. said that enforcers need to make it physical. Watch for him to do that early, Ken.
Suddenly, the New York Enforcers find themselves in a game they never thought they would, and they come out immediately with their two best jammers, Shelley Rossell and Heather Gunnan. But Laura Heiser and Terry Johnson stride for stride. And now the bigger of the four, Terry Johnson, out in the lead. Shelley Rossell tries to take her down, and now Heiser slips down from an elbow from Gunnan. It's Terry Johnson dealing with two of the New York Enforcers. She has had an absolutely tremendous first. Terry Johnson all over the track for these Texas Rustlers. Shelley Rossell almost has given up trying to take her down, worrying about points, and suddenly Johnson back in the lead, but now she's going to have to deal with Janet Abraham, one of the most important, and that's how she deals with it. What a move by Johnson. Slipped right around Abraham, cut off the jam before Rossell and Gunnan could catch up. 1 point for the Texas Rustlers. Holy cow.
And I mentioned before this jam, these enforcers, as Buddy Atkinson said, needed to get their hands on some of these Rustlers. Well, it might have backfired, Ken, as the aggressive play of Janet Abraham seemed not to work there, and the Rustlers scored.
Hawk, you have got to know the Texas Rustlers got to be gaining more and more confidence as every second goes by after the shellacking they took last time, leading here in the second half.
Well, Heather Gunn, the speaker, didn't play much in the first period, and I tell you what, she's been out there already this period. And these guys, you wonder, the Sisters of Suffering maybe have been looking ahead just like the five-borough lineup was, Ken.
And now you see new strategy from the enforcers. April Tootle and Linda Leisure out jamming, something you don't see their most physical. But the spark plug, Renee Blevins, makes very short work of Linda Leisure as they come around.
And in week past, Ken should have gone right down, but these Rustlers have a new outlook on life.
And now again, Blevins out of Baltimore, Maryland, 5'2", 135. She is the spark plug of this team. They call her the spark plug. Coming up, closing on April Tootle. I think Tootle out as a jammer, but certainly acting far more right now as a blocker. But Blevins just sent her right into the rail. The spark plug closing now. Now Karen Magnuson tries to deal with her. Magnuson sends her into the rail.
And they're going after each other. Ken, Renee Blevins mixing it up with Karen Magnuson, who, of course, you like to call the dirtiest player in the World Skating League. I tell you what, I'm liking these Texas Rustlers, this new attitude on behalf of them. Although Renee Blevins is going to have to take a little trip to the penalty box at the hands of Sean Corbin, she doesn't seem to be intimidated by these New York enforcers, nor do any of these Texas Rustlers. It's a new look for them.
You've got to wonder if all that enthusiasm on the part of Renee Blevins may cost her team. She got the one jam penalty for hitting above the shoulders to the head, and then the fight she instigated at Sean Corbin gave her a 2-jam penalty. Texas has to skate short-handed for these two, the next two jams in Hawk. I don't know if they can overcome the enforcers short-handed.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Ken, you see Renee Blevins in the penalty box, but it's an aggressive reason she's in there. Aggression is something we haven't seen from the Rustlers. We're seeing it today. It's a rude awakening for the New York Enforcers.
And right now, Texas doing a tremendous job. We have never seen this kind of teamwork. Pam Hutchinson and Laura Lavin jamming. They tied up Roselle. Right now, the two Rustlers in the lead, but Roselle is very quick and very physical. But down she goes from Pam Hutchinson. I tell you, Texas has got to just be elated the way things are going. Now Abraham sends Lavin into the railing, and Carrie Johnson went back and went into Janet Abraham. She's got to be wondering where the brick wall came from. But look what happened. The two Rustlers sneak by Janet Abraham and put 2 more Texas points on the board.
And the Texas Rustler cheerleaders for once have something to celebrate, Ken. It's not just lip service. They got a lot to cheer about.
Renee Blevins trying to sneak back on, but Joy Corbin would have none of that. You got to give her an A for effort. But talking about A for effort right now, 15-11 Texas Rustlers, and the New York Enforcers go back to their speedster, Heather Gunnan. No question with the hamstring, she is not at full speed, and very quickly catching up is Laura Heiser. And normally this would not happen. Gunnan could fly around the track, but you could see in her skating stride, she is definitely favoring that hamstring, but now she gets a little physical. Heiser may have relaxed a little bit. Gunnan now trying to break the double block being set up by Johnston 49 and Becker 44. Now Janet Abraham back to help. They talk strategy. Still 15 seconds left in the jam. Janet Abraham breaks the double block, no problem. Gunnan just eases right on through. Picks up 2 New York points.
Our enthusiasm for the re-emergent Texas Rustlers. We forgot about the go-to people for the Sisters of Suffering and the New York Enforcers. Janet Abraham, the best blocker. Heather Gunnan, the best jammer. Getting it done. Meat and potatoes for the New York Enforcers.
And it is 15-13 Texas Rustlers as we are closing in on 1 minute in the period. You can't say enough about these Rustler women keeping it even. Steven picking up a point. Skating 2 women down, or short for 2 jams, I should say. 1 woman down. Got a little confused now. Heather Gunnan comes out again. Laura Heiser pursuing. But you got to wonder about the enforcer strategy, continuing to put Gunnan out there with a bad hamstring.
Well, number 1, Ken, women confuse me too, so I'm with you. But number 2 is these Rustlers are absolutely doing a mind-boggling job at coming into play today, Ken.
Gunnan goes down. Obviously, her stride is not normal now. Closing in is Laura Heiser. Janet Abraham winds up the elbow, sends her into the rail.